Okay, now I'd like to teach you how to do a floor plan, and again, it's another thing that is not quite intuitive, but has a lot of cool components. So to do a floor plan, go again to the symbols palette, and click once on the symbol that looks like a floor plan, and then click once to make the palette go away, and then click once to place the floor plan. The reason why I'm being so because the gestures in the floor plan work differently. So to tap and move the floor plan, it's the same thing. You touch and hold, and it makes it red. Now, to place people on the floor plan, you just take your finger and you tap. And every time you tap,
it's a person
appears.
Oh, hi, people.
Can you make them girls?
Okay, yeah, and to change to, yeah.
Wait, I would think girls would be the default because so many dances are more girls than boys.
Oh, I see.
This program is
What did you do to make it a girl or a boy?
So
to
women
change
and men
it,
instead of girls and boys.
to change
That's so
women,
derogative.
more women.
to change it,
Yes.
you tap on one of the pins, and then you'll see this menu come up, and you'll see a sliding bar over onto the right, and that changes the facing. So you've got 360-degree rotation for where the pins are. And then over on the right side, you can have the pin represent a woman, or you can have the pin represent either.
A clock inside there to show.
Yeah, to show where it is on the clock.
Will
Yeah.
it work to make it colored?
Yeah, and then
Color pins.
if you go,
She's into that because also it seems
actually, I don't know if you can
with
make
my
the
little
pins. You
finger
can't.
when I try to get it to go flat, the minute I let it go, it dips down.
Yeah.
That's actually in your finger.
I don't know. Person 8. What if I?
Well, but then I agree
Make it
with
the other way. Make it the other way with one of the other
Pins?
and then change it to a flat pin.
No, I'm not trying to change
no,
it
I
a
hear what
flat
you're
pin.
saying.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
it
a
moves a little
female
bit.
pin. I'm trying to make her
yeah.
face exactly stage left.
Yeah.
I get it to stage left, and then the minute I let go,
Yeah,
it
it
dips
moves.
down.
Okay.
There it is.
What if instead of having the letter A, letter B, I could make all of the A people on all of their floor plans, they could be red or pink. You know what I mean? So that makes it less cluttered score, a less cluttered floor plan if you have a lot of people.
Or also
Oh, wait,
the option of making different shapes. Squares,
Oh, you
There
already
you-
changed the
triangles,
There you go.
circles
Yeah.
for,
You know, I
for performers.
performers.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah,
have
yeah,
a
yeah,
huge
yeah.
cast,
Then you
able
don't
to-
have
yeah,
to
once
have
you
those
start
labels, which can be all those A's and B's.
yeah,
And
because
be
that's
having
what
that
Jane
problem
Marriott
that
did
yours
for
was
Midsummer
having.
Night's Dream.
different.
Turning it.
Yeah,
Why
I
is he
think
having that problem that you were
I
having?
tried it a few times, and I think it is what Hannah was saying. If your hand doesn't get off of it exactly right, that's when it will do
Yeah,
it.
but then that's
Makes
too
its own
tricky.
decision.
Well, there's a lot of too tricky on
Yes.
Yeah, this stylus helps with that.
So why isn't the
Like
direction
this,
like a
like
little
this,
pie,
you make
like
that.
in Anne Hutchinson, where it's just a little pie, like in Laban Writer,
Yeah.
where you
Because
just
probably
put it on the
programmatically
16.
that thing is used
Easy
more
to
often.
Yeah, it is. But I've written it down. We can certainly try it.
Look at this.
Now, if you want to delete a pin while it's selected, there's the little delete button in that pop-up menu, and that's how you delete a pin. Pins won't respond if you delete them from the big delete.
Can you do it one more time?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hold
I
on a
noticed
second, hold
that.
on a
Thank
second.
you.
All my pins.
If you do
turn
the big
color.
delete, will it just delete the floor plan and leave the pins on the page?
It won't even because the floor plan's not selected,
Once
so it
it's
just
selected?
nothing happens.
Oh, whoops.
Oops.
It did.
Actually, it does.
Just
Oh, I get it.
That's
I
okay.
get
You
it.
just have to
Okay.
go back.
KineScribe.
And then how do you make the lines to show the
Oh,
path?
it's all gone.
Did it all go away?
Oh, I
You
see.
have to go
With
back
the
to what
action
the
stroke
score
line in the
is?
symbol palette, and those two things you can.
Wait a minute,
place
you can
in.
use the group to show.
But
to
nothing
show-
moves
But
yet.
you can't make an arrow at the end of a regular arrow?
Not yet.
Oh,
Not
and,
yet.
and then to make a curve,
Circular.
Yeah, there's
path.
no curve. Someday soon, but
But
not
maybe
today.
you could use your curve, but not real.
Yeah. So right now there's not a huge variety of paths that these dancers can take, but soon. Soon there will be. The other thing that I just wanted to point out is that within the floor plan, we have another two-finger tap moment where if you double with two fingers, and you can't make sure not to tap on any of the existing people, But if you have a two-finger tap within the floor plan, you can have characteristics of the floor plan. And so this is where you can, if you want the grid or a center stage mark, you can also make a caption so that when I show you how to use text, you can put the text in there, and then the text will travel with the floor plan wherever you put it.
Hannah?
Yes.
So if I saved this again, if I did the floor plan and saved it again, it would be a new file?
Yes.
So you can't do that. So that's why I was asking if it has an automatic save every few minutes.
It doesn't. There's no automatic save, but every time you
Shouldn't
save
there
it's
be
new.
one?
Yeah, but that means you could end up with a lot of pages that say the same thing over and over.
Well, I don't think it'll let you save two things as the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, but then you add new component to it and become a new file.
Like now-
FP1,
Well,
FP2,
hold on, wait. Let me
FP3.
see if I understand your
See, and we
question.
can't delete pages.
Let me see if I understand your question. So I had a score called my score. I'm going to resave this one as my score.
Well, that's right, if you can't delete.
And no, it'll replace it.
You'll replace it.
It'll replace it. Mhm.
Can you open that file?
Yeah. So this is my score,
Oh,
and then
okay.
here let's add some random stuff here.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay, and then I'm going to resave it as my score.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just clear this out. And then when I go back to my score, that's what it is.
So it's, it's like on a Word
It's
document
like a
where you
save
say
as.
save.
It's the Word document.
Yeah,
But
save.
if you wanted
It's over.
to do a save as, and if you want to do save as on this to make
They just
a new one,
name a new name
then
to
you
the
give it a
file.
new name.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same.
So the only difference is that when you're doing a Word document, it'll say, my score already exists, replace, and
Right.
it'll automatically replace.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Text, if you go Symbols Palette, lower right hand corner, click on the T, click on the T once, tap once to make the Symbols Palette go away. Now to draw a text box, you touch and drag to the right.
Let's do that again.
The word text should appear. So
I got this.
yes, you have part of a text box. So then just tap on the text, the word text, and
I lost everything.
you'll be in there. And then if you double tap in it, your keyboard will pop up.
Do this one. Oh, there you go.
Are we labeling our floor plan?
You may now, if you want the text to travel with the floor plan. So if you move the floor plan,
And then you tap
actually,
twice.
let me do something that would actually be a right. So if I wanted to call my floor plan measure 1, then yes,
Can you delete individual pages? Like if I
not yet.
Stop.
Because that would be a way if you could delete all the pages. Can you delete all the pages in the score? That would in a way be a way to.
One way to
Not
delete all the pages in the score is to just click on New Score.
But I'm just trying to think of this problem of ending up having a million files because I can't get rid of these.
Well, that's not. It's not going to be. One day you will be able to delete files. Yeah.
And it's regardless of whether you create a file yourself or you're downloading a. So how much storage do these
Oh,
take
that's
up?
another issue.
Is that
They're
a
small.
significant- sort
No,
of
they're small. Yeah.
How do you get
You're asking how big these files are?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
because
for
the
a full score, it would.
yeah, and it just depends on how many gigs you have on your iPad.
Like
Right,
a
so
typical iPad, I use 16 gig.
Yeah, so they're not that big, and
Double
the
click.
files are still Laban Writer files, and that's a choice that David made. So that actually, if you open up, for those of you who have a pre-existing score, you'll notice that it's actually a Laban Writer icon, not a KineScribe icon. That's on
The
there.
second one.
Here, but I'll show you because I don't know if you have this on yours, but.
No, I just
Before
created a
you
couple.
started
Yes, I know.
writing
I know
this.
exactly.
So that the scores are still officially Laban Writer
Right.
files that
But I
KineScribe is
need
able to
this
read and
box.
edit.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
So in terms of
this
size, they
one's
take up the same
smaller.
amount of size as a Laban
And
Writer
then I
file.
can get that one.
Yeah.
Separately.
Is it possible, because sometimes when you're working and you're doing a lot of this little finger movement if you don't have a stylus,
I can
is
become
it
an
possible
expert at text.
that there's,
could become
like up on top maybe,
Very nice.
that you actually can lock the page from moving?
Ooh, lock, that's good.
so that if you're like working with floor plans and you're trying to move people around or something, that the whole page doesn't move.
Yeah, that's
so you
great.
can just temporarily lock or unlock the page
Yeah,
while
that's
you're doing
good. That's good.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
And that's easy.
How many if I have it this way, how many stabs can I get? Or I can look at one page, I can't look at 2 pages.
Right.
So,
It says how many as you can get on a page. Like I did 1 staff with 1 floor plan here.
So if you have, this is again, wish thing, but if you have a score, because there are a number of people, then the people will go across 2 pages.
And you can make it go across 3 or 4.
Let's say, if I have my book, but I may have person A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and this, you see what I mean?
Yeah. So actually, so it sounds like what might be a good thing, and this is not something that the app currently does, but could in the future, is that when you go into the portrait mode, that instead of having the drawer slide out automatically, which it does, and you just have just a truncated version of what's on the page, is if when you go to landscape version, if it flips and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, so that it's as if in a book.
And so they're side by side. And then could you
Like preview.
Yeah.
And then could you lose it in the press, which would be really fabulous, to have notation, and then on this other page have your video.
Oh, video! Yeah, I would love to have video.
And
there.
then, just like you can do, very, very challengingly, but you can do it in iMovie where you're scrolling and you're watching your video, and then you see your score going.
But there's a little bit of a problem with that, because then what video do you choose?
Right.
Which video best? What if there's differences in the video? This is always a problem. The differences in the video and the score. Then people start saying the score's wrong.
Well, the thing that I think
They
would
always
be really,
do.
the thing that
It's always our fault.
The thing that I think would be really
It's
useful
always
in
our
terms
fault.
of video are in projects like B.B. Miller's Prey. You know, the B.B. Miller Prey video and score, where in the score it says BB Note, and then you go to the DVD. But in something like this, you could go to BB Note and it would be in the score, and you would tap it and then the video would come up. So I think, and things like that, and kind of thinking about how to make scores in this, I think that could be, because I think you're right with that particular problem with video. But I think with videos that are made to go with the score, that would be maybe a good
But no video is made to go with the score.
No, but in the B.B. Miller score,
in that
but in the B.B. Miller score,
that's a rare occurrence.
Yes, I agree.
Videos are never made to go with the score.
Right. No, but I think if there are
Fuller.
Yeah, and the Louis Fuller DVD. So I think some of these projects were made with video and score in mind, and I think that's and there are other things that we can talk about doing, but for me, when I think about having a video pop up, it's like using that Prey score, where there's a set of videos that are particularly tailored to go with the score, and instead of reading on the paper and then you go to now it's the DVD, then you go to the DVD, it would be right there, like BB Note, and there's BB, demonstrating how to do the the eaglets section.
Or I can see in motif notation class, and you're showing people the different ways of interpreting a particular score. The ability for people to look at the score running as you see the movie. Then you see the same movie, and you see the same score, but you see a different interpretation. I can see endless applications of these.
Yeah.
It may have its pros and cons for every application, but it opens up possibilities that are.
It's really funny. The CD-ROM I made that goes with that book was doing that in 1995.
Yes.
And so the B.B. Miller Prey video too.
Exactly. But so have each student be able to have this and even do it themselves, then I'll be.